Yep, con. All right, we live.
So, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we would love to give our glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash.
Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well within this ministry and taught us this Amath, which is the truth. Shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect that preach this truth throughout the four corners of the globe, risking their lives and freedom to do so daily. Shalom, shalom. All right, and now we out here once again another week. All right, prophesying not only the downfall of this modern kingdom or queendom, America, or the daughter of Babylon. All right, but we're also preaching about the upbringing of the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, his true name, and Yahweh Shai being the true name of the Messiah, and the kingdom of heaven that's going to be set up through the Israelites, reigning upon the earth, the 144 elect, first and foremost, okay, and take a rulership over the earth, and the kingdom being established, man, which is the new covenant being fulfilled. But before that happens, we know what has to happen. The downfall of this modern day society has to take place. And now what's the big talk? What is everybody frightful, and what is everybody fretting about? They're hearing about the rumors of the shutdown, right? The government, the new upcoming shutdown. And now everybody is what? They're asking questions again. Everybody's on the edge of their seats. That comfortability spirit is no longer, within the nation of Israel no more. I just had somebody ask me yesterday, a coworker. I clocked in, just clocking in. The first thing he said to me, the first thing anybody said to me was him. He said, "You heard about the government shutdown, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he asked me, he's like, "What's going to happen?" And he looked very worried. And the conversation basically led up to me telling him about the change of the currency and the MOTB. And once that came out, basically he didn't want to hear anymore. All right, but that's what everything is leading up to, man. You said you had the article?
Yeah. This is from AFP News. It says U.S. government readies for imminent shutdown. All right, I'm gonna look up that word imminent.
Yeah, Baba Shai.
The word imminent. It says impending. It says about to happen. It says
that's the process right now, pending, right? When you make a transaction, but it doesn't go all the way through yet, what do they call it? It's a pending transaction. So that's what's going on with Edom's agenda. His agenda is pending. It's all being played out, and ultimately, it's the Lord, man. All right, because we know the Lord is long suffering, and we know that everything has to happen on the Lord's time. But He's using Edom to fulfill His will, man. So right now, you got the process of so-called pussyfooting, when actuality, Edom, he's just calculating his steps. And at the same time, the Lord is doing the same thing with his men on the right-hand side and judgment on the left-hand side, man. All right, so that means it is going to happen, but right now, it's just a process. It's just the process is taking its course, man.
You can somebody get Habakkuk chapter 2?
Yeah, Bible Sean. I got it.
Yep, you got it.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 4 and verse 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
That's right. And when you measure something, what do? You have to document or calculate the measurements. All right? And that's what's being done with these prophecies through the scriptures. We're using the scriptures, that's that ride or that measuring stick, that tool that we're using to measure the times, to know what time we're in, know what scriptures to apply, know how to move. All right? So not only, what I'm saying, are we doing that, but things are being documented, man. All right? As the times are being measured, things are being documented in the heavens and documented here on earth. Different accounts, the things that Esau are doing, the things that the elect are doing, the judgments that's taking place on the earth, man.
Well, the scriptures talk about that the Lord's gonna make an inquisition.
Yeah.
That's an investigation, like you said, document. Everything is being documented. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gonna be justified for the reward that they're going, or their actions.
This is 2nd Ezra 4. No, that's it. Yeah, but like I was saying, like the brother said, everything is gonna be justified, especially to who? The elect. You know, we shall charge anything to the Most High elect. So if you believe you're the elect, nothing can come up against you, man. You know, this devil gonna try whatever he gotta do. You know, the devil gonna pull all types of shit to come up against you. But at the end of the day, if you're covered by the blood of the Lamb, which is Yahweh Shai, you untouchable, man. You a real Teflon Don, like John Gotti said you was, man. Ain't nothing gonna touch you, man. This devil, he's being cast down by the words of the Most High, man. You can't come up against that, man.
Well, that's why it says in Psalms that that the Lord shall deliver you in 6 troubles, yea, in the 7th, no evil touch thee. Really paraphrasing, you know what I'm saying? So the Lord is always going to make a way to escape out of the temptation that's coming, you know?
But let me get into this article. Oh, Slocky, let him bring that precept. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me up the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer, and when I am reproved.
You know, and watchmen are like protectors, man. You know what I'm saying? That tower is that high tower to watch the imminent danger. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that we're supposed to see and to warn people about.
Yeah. He said I will stand upon my watch and wait and see, right, what the Lord shall say to me, and basically be reproved. Okay, because first and foremost, when you're watching over a house, you're watching over your own body. You know what I'm saying? You're watching over your own temple first and foremost. Scripture talks about getting your house in order. You know what I'm saying? So you get your body, your temple in order with your Shem Shah first. And then you get your household in order with you know what I'm saying, the people who you live with, those that be under your household, or whoever it is under your whoever it is that's under your house, man, under your name. So with that being said, okay, Hosea understood that. And Habakkuk understood that, and we understand that for coming in that same lot, you know, as a prophet.
Ezekiel said, we are watching to the nation of Israel. Negroes, Latinos, Seminole, Native American communities, you have no type of discernment, man. Somebody can grab Matthew 16. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables.
Right, and the visions is the prophecy, man. All right, write the prophecies on a table. A table back then was like a stone or tablet, man. All right, the modern day tablet or stone that you would engrave writing in or write upon would be a book or paper. You know what I'm saying? And this is the book that we're supposed to take heed to. You know what I'm saying? This is the book filled with prophecies of future events that would take place. This is the book filled with, things that took place already, things that's taking place now, and things that's about to take place soon, man. All right, so those are the visions that we're out here proclaiming to the people. That was it. Bring it back. Read that last part.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right, because you had scribes, man. You had scribes, you had certain prophets who had scribes. When they would tell their vision or their dream, you had the scribes, they would listen and write it down, man. Right, so that's how you would get a book from a scribe, man. And a perfect example of that is the book of Eli. At the end of the movie, the book of Eli, when he brought the book back, Eli, he was built up in the spirit that he could recite the whole scriptures without reading it. He had it down pat in his mind, all right? And when he was reciting it, you had the man, what was he doing? He was writing down everything that was coming out of his mouth, and then what happened? More copies was made, because at one point it was just one book. It was one Bible. But then at the end of the movie, the man who was writing, the scribe, he made more copies. That was just a representation of the truth being the truth flourishing. But you got it out. Verse 3.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Right. The prophecy is going to happen at a certain period of time. An appointed time means an already set time. It's already set when it's going to happen, man. All right? So even that's why Yahweh Shah said in Matthew 24 that wars and rumors of wars, or all these things. When all these things shall come, basically, this is just the beginning of sorrows, man. When all these things shall come, fear not. This is just the beginning.
This Matthew chapter 24, starting at verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Yeah, we hear about, certain members of NATO pulling out, and we hear about certain, we hear about all of these nations, what are they doing? They teaming up, okay? But did the war actually happen yet? No. Other prophecies have to take place first, man. Other visions have to come to pass first, and they're all going to happen at a certain period of time that the Lord ordained it to happen. And you have to remember that the Lord is long-suffering, man. We're running on the Lord's time. All right, we can't become impatient, and we can't let other people's incredulity, unbelief, and impatience affect our faith, man. While we're waiting on these prophecies to happen.
I got that right here. All right. But you can finish that out.
Back to Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. That's another thing the brother just making mention of. The rumors of wars. We got the talks of how if America was to come up against Russia and China, it would be 3,600 casualties a day. And guess what? That means that it's gonna be a draft come back. That means they're gonna need more people. If there's 3,600 people dying every day, who gonna replace those people? The people that they gonna plan to draft.
Somebody grab Isaiah 3 towards the end of the chapter.
It says, finishing out Matthew 24:7, it says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
All right, and these is all the things that the Lord said he was going to come back to sin. All right? The Lord said he was going to come back to sin division. The Lord said he's going to come back to send fire, and what will I if it already be kindled? So it's already going to be toil. It's already going to be, calamity and fire all around the city, man. All around the cities that's in the earth. Every city that's in the earth, global, this is going to happen. Why? Because it's Israelites spread it all across the world, man. And this is Jacob's trouble. This is the trouble for Jacob. So every Israelite has to experience this no matter where you're mingled at in the earth, man.
Right, but the main focal point is going to be here in America, Babylon, the Great Time. That's where the bunch, the bulk of the nation of Israel is at. Specifically the elect. See what I'm saying? There ain't going to be no fucking rapture, man. See what I'm saying? You're not going to be delivered for all hell break loose, man. You're going to suffer this shit too, man. White American Christians, because you believe in that bullshit, man.
Yeah, just to go into the paper, like, that was the case that was made Acts 14 and 22 null and void. Exactly. He said, confirming the souls of the disciples, he said, that through much tribulation shall you enter into the kingdom of heaven. So you're going to go through something before you inherit all that glory. Right.
Well, that's why in Revelation 3, Yahushua said that he will keep you from the hour of temptation. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is going to, keep his elect man from that, from falling into that temptation.
Sure,
you know?
You're going to be right there in the midst of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is back to Matthew chapter 24, verse 8. Okay, it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows.
Right. See, this is just the beginning, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing really happened yet. Right. We still out here prophesying. It's going to come a point in time where the Lord says it's going to be a famine of the word, and we're not going to be out here prophesying no more, man. And guess what? Even that prophecy, that's just the beginning of it. So things are going to get more intense, more intense, more intense. A government shutdown is just the beginning of it, man. That's just the beginning of chain reaction events occurring. You know what I'm saying? That's just the spark, or that's just the introduction or the prelude to the show, man.
I got a precept real quick for you. Just real quick.
Go ahead.
Just real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 16. It says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall be done hereafter. You got it.
Greater evils, right? Which means what? Prophecies. Because the scriptures talk about in the last days how men should be. In 2 Timothy, brother, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter.
Yep.
The scriptures talk about the state of men, how men would be. The majority of men, but men of Israel, man.
It said that in the last days, perilous times. Going back to what the brother just read, it said, greater evils than thou hast seen. We ain't seen shit yet.
we see the build up coming, but the scripture tell you how it's gonna be a time like it's gonna be worse than ever known a man.
Yep, no other time. Yep.
Right, because people like same thing it says as in the days of Noah. In the days of Noah, people weren't giving a fuck about Yahweh Shai. Right. And now look what's going on now. People walk past the prophets and they laugh and scoff. That's 2 Timothy 3. It says boasters, prideful, man pleasers, and all types of shit, man. And you niggas like that's gonna die, man. They not gonna make it, man. You got something still got there.
This Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
The fourth industrial revolution, right? That's what Habakkuk seen. He seen everything going digital, man. Everybody getting C-hip, right? Which is coming up. Man, that C-hip is gonna humble a lot of people, man. Yeah. See, you people who don't believe it's coming, that shit is around the corner, man.
That's why I say at the end it shall speak. Because at the end, that's when prophecies is going to be revealing itself. Mm-hmm. That's why I say in Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, that it is the end. Yeah. It is the end is come. Mm-hmm. That means prophecies is revealing itself, man.
Right, don't forget it said across the four corners.
Across the four corners, right.
Go back to this is 2 Ezra chapter 9, and this is verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right. Read Revelation 11 and 1. The scripture talked about measuring the temple, right, with the reed and the rod. That's speaking about the temple being the people of the Heavenly Father. You're supposed to correct them with what? The word. The word is the rod, and you measuring them as you correcting them. You teaching them. And you examining them too, because when you measuring something, what are you doing? You're examining them.
And like you said, measure the temple, because everybody that hear this word, they mark it. You know what I'm saying? Which Yahweh Shai got a thought why for his elect. You know what I'm saying? That's for them to be for them to receive that grace for doing the work and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Brothers' families getting saved just for, you know, them being the man of the Lord. But also you got other people that's walking and they hearing his word or might even teach this word before, and they being marked. You know what I'm saying? The Lord marking them because they heard about the truth. They know no more innocent about, you know, that warning. You know what I'm saying? From the watchtower, like the brothers were talking about.
I was gonna say measure goes back to Georgia or making a decision according to a standard. But we know that the standard is the scriptures. So the brother just read said measure the time diligently. So you gotta judge and be able to discern what times we're living in according to the standard, the prophecies in the scriptures.
It says, we start back from the top. It says, he answered me, 2 Ezra 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure out the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand. That is the very time, the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That's all the parts of understanding the true understanding of the prophecies. Okay, the vision that the prophets saw. So that when you start to see these signs coming past, you know that we're getting closer and closer to the Messiah, our Lord Yahweh shall return.
Exactly. Because you got other people that's witnessing these times we living in too, man. And they're acknowledging that something is happening. Something is off. Right? They're acknowledging that we're in a biblical time, so to speak. But the only difference is they don't have to understand it to know, like, okay, you know, Yahweh Shah, to equal up these, to measure the prophecies, man. They don't have to understand it.
That's why you see a lot of people, you know, on these different, you know, YouTube channels, on TikTok. There's just a lot of people trying to go into the scriptures because everybody know that, like the brother just said, we live in a biblical prophecy.
Yep. It says verse 3.
Well, if I could say real quick, because that's what Apostle Paul said about in what's that? Philippians, the first chapter, about those teaching Yahweh Shai, and strife. You know what I'm saying? But everything is being Yahweh Shai is being glorified. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Because they getting their glory back on this man.
Yep, kind.
You gotta acknowledge that this it's not of this world.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's something else going on. There's something spiritual taking place.
Like the scripture say, if like the Lord said, you know, if this was his kingdom, you know what I'm saying, his servants would fight. You know what I'm saying? So Jake ain't really, you know what I mean, come out everywhere in long garments. You know what I'm saying? We prophesy. What the scriptures call us fishers of men. You saw some fish. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't get up in the water and start punching at the fish. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it around. No, you gotta be patient with the hook. With the tool. It's a tool.
That's part of that Revelation 11 and 1. That's why he said use the measuring stick. You feel what I'm saying? But This is verse 3. He says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. And that's what you see, even when the brother spoke on about supposed to be the shutdown of the government. That's when it cause an uproar of the people. You know what I'm saying? That's when it cause people start searching and seeking and looking for answers, trying to figure out what's going on in the world.
Because what comes with the government shutdown? No more food stamps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No more WIC.
So look, it's
Section 8.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
So look, it's funny, right? It's so funny. Eve wanted the book and talk shit. You feel what I'm saying? And then so this morning I get the text where well, can you help with X, Y, and Z? Because the government finna shut down. So that means they finna cut off the food stamps, this, that, and the third. And it's like the irony in it. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's everything, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord has put in our mouths to speak, to prepare you for, to teach you. But yet people still operating in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Thinking like shit a game, but shit getting real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? By the second.
You got a lot of things popping up. Student loans coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of.
You got oil prices about to shoot over $100 a barrel. And then you got this October 4th situation.
Yeah,
which
kind of.
I'm pretty sure everybody know about. Which the FEMA is going to set off an alert in America. But you can't really say much because YouTube is going to strike the channel.
But like you see, even to the point you're making, look at how close all these things are taking place to one another. We talking about the government shit now. You talking about them bringing back student loan payments. Then you talk about the October 4th situation. So people don't really, how much more worse is it gonna get? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because what did the Apostle Noah title of the year? The hopeful year that all the prophecies come to pass.
Right, because America is about to go into like a emergency state. Like it's about to go into like an emergency setting, like how you see on the movies when you got the Hunger Games.
Right.
You gotta get kicked out. You gotta.
If I can say, Brother Yawasab sent the article talking about I think it was $5 billion program to pretty much make Cleveland a 15-minute city.
Mm-hmm.
It's called an overlay district, which they're gonna separate certain areas to where you can't. It's gonna be 15-minute cities.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the scriptures say that in our security thou shalt be destroyed. Because Jake doesn't know what's about to come, man. Because they don't understand that greater evils are about to come hereafter, man.
Greater evils, evil being the time, ill being bad. This shit you see right now, this ain't shit, man. This ain't shit, man. Wait till you can't go into your grocery store because you ain't got the TV or you ain't got a so-called vaccination card, which I don't even believe they gonna do that again because people got their way around that shit, man. See what I'm saying? What happens when the grocery stores is empty? When police is about to go on strike, man. You got the auto workers that's still on strike. They just hit Parma yesterday. So they laid off 100 workers. 100 workers going on strike. That's a problem that still haven't been solved, man.
I think brother put in the article, the chat about like 10% of CVS's are closing.
Yup. Walgreens.
Walgreens, all that.
See, and, people, they just going on with their own thing. They said they was giving it to birth and all, wedding, marriage, but then what? Then came the flood, man. But let me get to this article, man.
Yeah, you finish that out. You got it.
This second Ezra chapter 9 verse 4, you got it. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right. So once again, from the beginning, all these things are already foretold and preordained to happen, man. So when we read this article and they're talking about how things are pending, you know what I'm saying? We already got precepts coming to mind already about how things are just gonna keep speeding up, man. So we not losing faith because things are pending, so to speak.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
You get Isaiah 42:9.
When you go into the book of Daniel, I think that might be the 7th chapter or something. It called the Lord the Ancient of Days. You know what I'm saying? So that's, and we proclaim that we trust in the Lord. So the Lord's been around to already know what the scriptures say, declaring the days before he comes back.
Yeah, that's what you got. That's fair.
Isaiah 42:9, it says, behold, the former things are come to pass. Right, the slave ships,
Right.
losing your heritage, your identity.
Discontinue from our heritage.
Discontinue from our heritage. not knowing who the wicked was,
Yeah.
the so-called white man.
Esau going into captivity, like Esau going into the caves, coming out. All of these things that we speak of is in the scriptures.
And what's the main thing of every time a kingdom is about to fall, he sends his men out to warn Jake to turn back to him before you get that judgment. You know.
It says, "And new things do I declare." Right.
Mhm.
See here, right? And the mark of the beast ain't sleeping with white women. You see what I'm saying? It's not sin. You see what I'm saying? Because I can still buy and sell. You see what I'm saying? Everybody up here can still buy and sell. You see what I'm saying? So what is the mark of the beast, man? You see, but you go into certain commentaries, specifically David Guzik, he said it deals with something that's you're gonna have to be electronically tagged, man. You know, and I believe that Guzik is right. He goes off on certain things, you know, but he understands that it's gonna be something that is required for you to buy and sell, man. It's gonna be at your right hand or in your forehead, man. See what I'm saying? Then you know, you got what is his name? Brother was talking about it. Elon Musk, that devil was doing trial runs on his Neuralink. You see what I'm saying? That's the forehead right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying? So you niggas ain't got it, man. GMS got it, man.
Yeah. I can shut up a moment.
It says, "And new things do I declare, before they spring forth, I tell you of them."
And how is the Lord telling people of these new things before they already happen? It was prophets, man, right? Which have been here from the beginning, as we just read, and according to Luke 1:70, man. So you got it out
bring it
there.
out.
This is back in that article. It says,
You get
it
that for
says
brother?
U.S. government ready
170?
for imminent shutdown. The U.S. government began Thursday to inform workers of an impending shutdown that could see millions of federal employees and military personnel temporarily sent home or working without pay unless Congress reaches a last-ditch deal.
Right. So look, last time a situation like this happened, what ended up happening? All right, they ended up having to give people stimulus checks because if you was a non-essential worker, you wasn't working, man. All right. But this time, they're not talking about sending out no more stimulus checks. If anything, they want their money back from that shit, man. So now you people is even in more debt, along with Esau, because Esau in debt. So Esau is in thick clay, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You get the blue letter for that?
For brother to grab that.
You get the blue letter for thick clay, Baba Kashaw?
Yeah, because
And the scriptures talk about how whatever the state the king is, that's the state of the people.
Yep.
But guess what? Esau know he in debt. You people don't know how far in debt that you are, man.
Right.
Because of how much you're invested in this society.
You know, you saw a debt that you got to pay off with your flesh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because really, I was watching the video. They were talking about how it ain't no more debt exemption notes dealing with, you know what I'm saying, in the American currency. Like this is really the last of the clay. Like, you know what I'm saying, before everything just started to gather, all the prices start skyrocketing, everything, animal, you know what I'm saying, receiving benefits, man. You know.
Right, but this devil always got a trick up his sleeve, and best believe that UBI, the Universal Basic Income, which they said it's gonna be $2,000 a month, but it's gonna come on the sea here. So are you gonna take it? You see what I'm saying? Are you gonna take that just so you can be a perpetual slave? Because that's what you do when you take the sea here. You're a perpetual slave to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. He has complete control over you, man. Let me get back into it.
Oh, you got that the thick clay? Yeah, you get that.
This is thick clay, 8:6. Habakkuk 2 and 6, it say, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, him how long, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay."
You can break it down, huh?
Thick clay.
I was gonna say go to him that was not his. Because the brother was speaking on how they was giving out stimulus checks, you know, how they constantly printing money. But guess what? That money is being lent to them by the banks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which ultimately all goes back to the elite banking families. You know, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, and all of them. So ultimately, because America is a corporation, so all the people over here, they owe the banking families.
And the only way to pay that debt off is to be electronically tagged.
Exactly.
Yeah, because ultimately what they trying to make you do is pay off your debt with your body. Like, now you belong to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the same thing they did in Egypt.
Yeah.
This devil know the scriptures, man. See, he got the blueprint on how to be wicked, and we got the blueprint on how to be righteous, man. This is back in the article. Come on, go to that word.
The word thick clay is atit. It say weight of pledges or heavy debts.
Yeah, you know, and they got some billboards when you drive on the freeway, you'll drive past, and they tell you how much debt every person. And they say something like it's probably at like $120,000. So here it is. You ain't got not a damn dollar in your pocket or your bank account, but you owe the government. The elite bank is $120,000. How the hell you gonna pay that off?
Yeah, it's so crazy though, and it's so crazy the point you're making, brother. You got it. Is the fact that you work these jobs, then you gotta pay taxes, right? Then around tax time, right? What it is, February, March, people look for the tax refund. Then when your tax refund hit, they corners that because you so much in there. You start spending money in your mind before you get it. You think you got a little money coming. Yeah, nah, let me get that too. Oh me.
But when you owe somebody, or when somebody owes you, you're never broke.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So we owe money. So we owe money to the government, right? And the government owes money to the elite bankers, man. It's a never-ending cycle. That's how the elites stay where they're at, man. Because everybody owes the bankers.
I got the national debt clock.
Kind.
It says the national U.S. debt is $33.1 trillion. We know that number is way more.
Mm-hmm. At least 3 times more.
Yeah.
That's what the Apostle Charles says. Any numbers that Esau give, you got to multiply it times 3.
But he said the national taxpayer, his debt is $255,000, bro. Not citizen taxpayer, because some citizens don't have to pay taxes. Like these legal immigrants, so-called legal immigrants that's coming over here, they're now citizens, but they're not paying taxes, man. So you people owe $255,000 in debt, man, and they gonna require that of you, man. You know how they gonna take your house. We have something called eminent domain. They're gonna take your house, your car, whatever you own, so-called own. They're gonna take that shit from you, and they gonna tempt you, right? In the 16th chapter, towards the end of the first chapter, it says they should pretty much offer you things that are offered unto idols, which is that see him, man. They gonna tempt you with all these fucking pleasurable so-called things. Don't you want this back? Don't you want your nice little mansion in Tremont? You see on Shaker? Don't you want that? Because you Edomites, you gonna go through it too, man. You got the most to lose, man. So you know the Edomites gonna take that shit, man. But you Jakes, you cannot take that, man. Because if you take it, you're breaking the covenant with your how about Shimmy on the shop, man. You're gonna suffer death, man. I'm gonna get back into that article. It says without an agreement, funding for much of the federal government will expire at midnight on Saturday, threatening disruptions to everything from air travel to benefit payments, and if the shutdown endures, dealing a further blow to the precarious U.S. economy.
Right. So they said even from airlines. So you're gonna have people trying to flee in these times, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
No, I seen a video. It was already people.
Oh, I seen that. I seen that. But they say every man shall flee to his own land.
Yeah, get that up.
That's prophecy, man. So with that being said, what's that gonna cause? That's gonna cause a headache and a disturbance too at the airlines and all these airports, man.
If I can say this, like, why aren't you deported? You don't know where your homeland is, man.
That's cool too, because even then, they stopped building that wall that Trump wanted to build. But somebody out of Mexico, I forget who, he started, I think, funding back so you can build it, so you can start rebuilding that wall. Why? Because he knew it's going to get so bad over here. We were talking about it, it's going to get so bad over here that people going to start, you got people fleeing out of Mexico, it's going to get so bad here that people are going to try to flee into Mexico.
And not only is a wall meant to keep something out, it's also meant to keep things in.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 14, It says, "This shall be as a chase robe."
Isaiah 13 goes into America, Babylon, great, not ancient Babylon.
It's Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11. "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease."
Right. It said, and that's a separation. He said, I will cause the world to punish for their iniquity, right? And the wicked. So this is the process that's happening. Who's ruling the world? The wicked, man. All right? These Edomites, not just any regular old Edomites, though, man. All right? As we keep bringing out, you got certain families of a high stature that's ruling over, the world as a whole, man. And what does their heritage go back to? Their heritage go back to Edomites, man. And that is the wicked, as the scriptures describe them as. So with that being said, when the wicked is ruling the world, what is the Lord going to do? He's going to cause heavy judgment to come upon the world, man. Mm-hmm. And that's why you see everything happening the way it's happening. You know what I'm saying? That's what we just brought out Matthew 24th chapter. And when you see certain people not shooken up by it, you can only when you see certain people not shooken up by it, that you notice a certain spirit on them, man. Or the spirit of the Lord is protecting them, man. He wasn't elect. It's an elect. Because everybody else gonna be bugging out, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else gonna be bugging out.
This is Revelation. This is chapter 17. Revelation 17, verse 1. It says, "And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters."
Now, when we go into this chapter, okay, the great whore, it represents America, and it says, "But sitteth upon many waters." You go down to the 15th verse, it's going to tell you that it's talking about the people, nations, and tongues, because America is likened unto a big melting pot.
That's right.
You see fucking so-called Chinese, so-called Japanese, so-called Arabs. You see the hella nations over here in America. So that's proof. I would say, so that's proof that's talking about America.
Exactly, because Esau, Edom, as much as the Lord has put him on his pedestal, he couldn't do all this by himself. He needed a league to influence the whole world to get on his agenda, right? So what did he do? He formed an alliance with these other nations, man. And through that alliance with these other nations, he has pushed his influence upon the whole world, man. When I say the whole world, I mean literally the whole world, man.
Right, the word world in the oikoumene sense. So that's I believe that's in Revelation 3 and 10.
Yeah, yep. To try the whole world. Yep, kind of.
Oikoumene.
You continue that Revelation 17. You got a point, y'all? Fine.
It's Revelation chapter 17, verse 2. It says, "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication."
Yeah, you got it.
With whom the kings of the earth, that's talking about the leaders of these different heathen nations. Because these heathens, they got power to a certain extent as well. Like the brother was saying, they helped America forward their prophecy. That's how they committed that fornication, which goes into the spiritual adultery, them following and taking on the ways of Babylon the Great, which ultimately is rebelliousness against the Most High.
Yeah, and that's why she's known as the great whore. The mass adultery that she commits. You know what I'm saying?
So that the nations, it said the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with wine, and everybody on the earth, in some form or another, is taking on the ways of America. Okay, whether they acknowledge it or not.
Yep.
That's why going back to Isaiah chapter 13 said the Lord said He's gonna punish the world and the wicked. Like the says, the separation. He gotta make sure He dish out the judgment to the wicked who have been the fountain of this wickedness, and those who took on the wickedness.
And that's them making an image to the image of the beast. See, which is the beast represents the ancient Roman Empire, which is coming back in the form of NATO, EU, and also America. Right? And America is the warrior right among the beast. America is controlling the whole world, man. That's why you see other nations celebrating Christmas, Thanksgiving, July 4th, all these wicked ass holidays. All these nations are participating in. I just seen fucking Ice Cube earlier. He just went over to Ishmael's land, and when she claims to be Muslim, he went over there in a fucking 3-piece suit. Where's your Lord Garment at, man? that shows you that America has a stronghold over all the nations.
Right, because even like dealing with Moab, like the Chinese, they always used to wear those like the long garments, like you know what I'm saying, have a little what's it called? Yeah, they had their own attire and garment, but now Esau got the power. Now you see a lot of them wearing a tuxedo and that called a monkey suit,
Clean shaved face.
yeah.
I had one more thing to say to laugh. I'm saying this to the point where you got people over here, so-called Chinese, so-called Japanese. They don't even speak their damn native language. They speak English.
Yeah, and another thing too, now they're going off Esau's calendar.
Yeah, yep.
Usually you would notice like every nation, they got their own calendar. But now they go off their own calendar. Like with Ammon, brother made, not Ammon, Moab, brother made mention of Moab. Moab used to have something called the Chinese New Year. You know what I'm saying? They have an extravagant, but even that, because all you doing is you just putting your own twist on something that Esau gave you.
Even they call themselves Chinese. Right. But that's not your name. What do that even mean? Exactly.
And but in the scripture says that in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, that basically Esau would heap unto him all people. You know, that's how they was forced to do those things. Yeah, read 6 and then jump down to verse 15, Bible Shah.
It's Habakkuk 2, verse 6.
Verse 5. It's like 5. Yeah.
Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine,
He transgressed by wine, going into his philosophies. His philosophies cause you to rebel against the Most High. Okay, pushing out that men can be with men and dress like women, women can be with women and dress and act like men, that children can cross over, become transformers, to all this shit, it teaches you to rebel against the ways that y'all watch my shots.
he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell.
All these other countries, here it is, America's over here. They got like 400 embassies set up at other countries across the seas. That's that need to keep it at home.
And that's the same thing that happened with the Roman Empire. That's how you know that this is Rome 2.0 again, the Roman Empire revived. Because the military vastness, you know, the sword, you know, and what happened with Rome, they expanded the army so vastly that they ran out of money. You know what I'm saying? And this is what the modern day Edomites are doing right now. You know?
Yeah, this is First Peter. This is First Peter, chapter 4, and verse 15. And it reads, it says, but let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
And that's everything Esau pushes, man. Can you bring that back, Bob? Show one more
This
time.
First Peter chapter 4, verse 15. It says, but let none of you suffer as a murderer.
Esau was a murderer from the beginning, right?
Yep.
He murdered his brother. He murdered his brother Abel. Then he desired to murder his brother. He desired to murder his brother Jacob, right? And then you think about all of the heinous crimes that Esau committed against Jacob all throughout the history, not just in the scriptures. You know, shit. Every heinous crime Esau did against Jacob is in the scriptures,
What the
man.
scriptures put up alone.
Well, that's why it says
Esau, he definitely guilty of murder, man. And he pushed that on our people. So now our people is what? Now they're obsessed with murdering each other. So to the point that they glorifying it, man. Now they getting money off this shit, man. All I gotta do is kill my brother, and I already don't like this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now I can get a fucking record deal off this shit for glorifying it and pushing it on my people. You know what I'm saying? Now the younger generation that's growing up, now they can glorify this. Now you got 6, 5, 7-year-olds running around doing the same shit, man. And they more of a menace than these niggas are. Because these niggas, they get record deals and they don't live that life no more, man. They move out the hood and they become what? They become like Esau. Jay-Z. There's a lot of shit coming out on Jay-Z, man, how he really don't live that life, man. You know what I'm saying? And how he really basically got raised up by Esau. He took that bag, man.
they're actors, huh?
And
You
there's
know
a
what I'm
lot of people that's taking that bag, you know what I'm saying? Doing these deals with Esau. Whether they becoming a low-level masons, they doing masonry, whatever they doing, it's a lot of routes you can take to join Esau's team, man. Esau, he spread his platform out so thick for Jacob. There's a lot of routes you can get to Esau and make some money, man. All you gotta do is be down with the shit Esau down with.
Hey, what would it be if the man gained the whole world and lose his own soul? You know, in order for you to get in that position, you got to do a lot of selling to get soul, man. You know what I mean? You know.
A lot of them activities include man-on-man activities.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the lowest you can go, man. As a man. So the point of bringing that out, we say, where's that last part?
It says, for as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters.
And that's what Esau Edom is. He's a busybody in other man's matters. That's why he go in these other countries. Oh, I see you got this. Your land is good for these resources, and I need that. So what do? First and foremost, I have to make my people think that you're a threat to my land and my people. I have to make you look like a threat so I can have reasoning for infiltrating you and your land and hurting these people. So that's what Esau do with his propaganda. He brings through the propaganda. The propaganda is set. Now the people hate, you know, the minds of the people is set like Esau. Then he go through, he make his move, and he infiltrate that land, man.
Perfect example of that is November 11th, where they went into Iraq for their resources. People who did the plane shit was from Saudi Arabia. They went from Iraq. They just pushed it, and everybody went along to the agenda.
Yeah, that's what the media outlet is for. It's for them to control the narrative. You know what I'm saying? So it's to make you think it's other people other than them. Because when you watch these other countries and you watch their media outlets, they don't control a narrative. They tell you what's actually going on within those countries. You know, that's the state of the people. You know what I'm saying? America doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? They give you what you want to see, so you have the blind eye towards what's really going on.
Just like you had Russian RT News.
Because now like I said, do they? You know what I'm saying? Now, because these other nations, you got like WEON, you know what I'm saying? You got RT News. Which America, they ended up, you know what I'm saying, taking RT News out of you can't find it in the App Store no more. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's called Reuters.
Yeah, right.
No, that's a whole different one. Oh, it is?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole different one.
Oh yeah, that's another one. But yeah, Esau hates the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? The truth comes out, he's afraid because and everything that he's doing over here with his news, ABC and all this shit is basically just propaganda. But then when it comes to like you know what I'm saying, these other news companies coming out with the truth, they gotta block that out because it's interfering with the propaganda that they
scared of.
It's making
Well, media goes as an ancient word. Media was actually a Greek goddess, the goddess of deception. You know what I'm saying? So when you read, when you watch the American news, they're all just deceiving you, right? The scripture says that the Lord shut him up 1,000 years, that he should deceive the nations no more. And now he's gonna be loose a little season. So what he's gonna do? He's gonna go out to deceive the nations again, man. You know?
I got a precept. This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not.
And this is the bloody city right here. And Nahum was talking about ancient Nineveh. But when you apply it now, this fits perfectly, man. You know, the prophets were prophesying specifically to the captivities that they were in. But now, all of the captivity they were prophesying about resembles America, man. You know?
That's why numerous times throughout the scriptures, you know, you had an ancient city that was prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had an ancient city that was, and 9 times out of 10, it was exceedingly wicked. You know what I'm saying? You had an ancient city that was, it was known for to higher excel in something else. To higher excel in a level of wickedness that changes the course of how the world is ran, right? Just like the Greek and the Roman Empire. So with that being said, that city where it took place at, America is always going to be tied into that city because it reached a pinnacle of wickedness. And America being all of these different pinnacles of wickedness wrapped up into one. Imagine the destruction, imagine the judgment that's about to occur to this place. Because if you read the scriptures and you read about the judgment of those different cities that reach their level of wickedness, their pinnacle of wickedness, man. And each time it gets worse and worse and worse, man.
Somebody go to Daniel 7 after the fourth beast.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, go ahead. Nahum 3 and 4, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot,
Same thing was written in Revelation 17. You got it out.
the mistress of witchcrafts that serve nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft.
Right, families. You know what I'm saying? She's selling families through her witchcraft. And if you know anything about the family, families start generations. And generations do what? Basically create inhabitants of the world. So Esau, what is he doing? He's constantly infiltrating. He's constantly infiltrating. But not only is he infiltrating, but he's influencing a certain group of people, man. He's targeting a certain group of people, right? Because he understands once these people reach a certain type of status, or once these people get joined back to their power, not only is he going down, but everybody who he joined in league with. So now you done gave all of these nations their promises. Look, you get this. I'm ruling right now. You get a piece of the pie because I'm you know what I'm saying? You riding on my wave. I'm giving you this wine and I'm giving you this doctrine, and you're influencing the whole world. You're helping me build my empire. So if the Lord come back and judge me, you know what I'm saying? And then all y'all get to how that's gonna make Esau look to these other nations. That's another reason why these nations gonna turn on Esau, man. Because you getting these other nations involved in judgment with the Lord, man.
You get First Maccabees 2 and 10 on the show.
They gonna be mad as fuck when they in the kingdom, man.
Etymology for the word mistress. It says a female teacher, okay, a supervisor of novices in the convent. Okay, it says sits of a woman who employs others or has authority over a household and servants.
Like I say, read the part where it says supervisor, novices. A novice is a beginner. And Esau is looking over all these nations and teaching them, raising them up. It's the scripture say, train up a child in the way he should not depart from the paraphrasing. That's what Esau is doing. He's training up these nations to be fucking wicked. You see what I'm saying? And their wickedness is not going to amount to Esau's, because Esau is the ultimate wicked. It says he's the border of wickedness. But the fact that he's doing these things show you that this man is no good, man.
Yeah, and that should show these nations that they always gonna be workers. No matter who in leadership, you always gonna be a worker. You know what I'm saying? Because you a worker in Esau's society. You working for Esau.
Like, it's who controls the currency, man. The elite bankers, which are so-called white people, which are biblically known as Edomites, man. There's no Israelites that own the currency, no Moabites, no Ammonites, no Hamites. No, it's the Edomites that own the banking, that own the currencies, man. Okay, the Rothschilds, man. The 5 sons of Jacob, Meyer Amschel Rothschild's name was Bauer, which when you go to the word Bauer, it means servant or peasant or slave. That's the state that he's about to go back to being. But he set up 5 sons after his death to rule over Europe in the banking system, and now they have control over the 4 corners of the planet Earth, man. Except for the banking system in Iran, and forget the other couple of them, man. But that's why they want a war against Iran, man, so they can go in there and take control of their land, man.
If I'm not mistaken, it was Meyer Amschel Bauer, or one of his descendants that said, "Give me control of the nation's money, and I can make the laws."
Mm-hmm.
This is Nahum 3 and 5. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame.
All right, so that's what the Lord is doing now. Okay, and now we're reaching a point where Esau, you can no longer throw stones behind your hands and say it wasn't true, because now we watching, and everybody's watching you, man. Not only is the spotlight on you, you know what I'm saying, but everybody sees. Everybody got their spotlight on you. The nations, the Lord. When the Lord uncovered your skirts, you know what I'm saying. He used the prophets to basically use even your own people, because the scriptures say how their tongues should fall upon their own selves. He even used whistleblowers of your own people to basically come against you and spill the beans, man. So you got all this information coming out on all these different platforms. That's what's gonna make Esau say fuck it and come down with that great wrath, man. You know, because he can no longer keep deceiving and deceiving and deceiving.
Well, also in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, it says that shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory. You know what I'm saying? So all these things are that Esau was able to keep in the dark is now being brought to the light, but is now being brought to the forefront. You know, that's how he's being exposed. That's how he's in Jeremiah, I believe it's in Jeremiah, says, talks about uncovering the lead. You know? But you got it out.
It's Habakkuk 2, verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
So he said he enlarged his desire as hell. The scriptures tell you how hell and death are never full. You know that hell is talking about the grave. It's never going to be a day where it's no home to bury a dead body. It's always going to be full. And that's it's comparing Esau's desire to that. It's never going to be a day where the so-called white man don't want more control. Here it is, they got all the resources, all the laws, all the people. Here it is, they want more. They want to be able to control what you think. They want to be able to control what food you put into your body. They want to be able to control whether or not you pop your women. They want to be able to control everything. That's them enlarging their desire as hell. And it's saying they cannot be satisfied. Like I just said, once they get even more control, guess what? They still gonna try to find something else to do. Next thing you know, they're trying to get to the spirit world and attack the Heavenly Father. That's why the Lord got to take these devils out of power.
Right, and that's why the scriptures talk about the dangers of riches, man.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, Esau Edom, he's a perfect example of the dangers of riches.
So to give you more avenues and shit to get into.
Right, and the dangers of power. Because the more you get, all right, once you get content with all of that you have, you're going to want more. You're going to keep getting greedy and greedy and greedy. You're going to keep wanting more and more and more. Why? Because you're content with what you already have. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where if you have so much, you're gonna start wishing for a normal life again.
I got a precept for you.
I'm not going outside the topic. You got a precept?
Yeah, just real quick. That's what you just said. This is Ecclesiastes 5, verse 10. It says, he that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. You know, so no matter how much money these elites get, they gonna want more than that, man. Because when you have so much power, certain things become boring. You know?
Exactly. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
Certain things become boring after you do it for a while. You become content with it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something you do on a daily basis. But not only is this devil obsessed with, you know what I'm saying, silver and things like this, this devil, he's obsessed with blood. You know what I'm saying? And when he's obsessed with blood, he's greedy. He can't get enough. So he'll keep killing. He'll keep murdering. And he'll go through whatever circumstances he got to go through in order to do it, man. Why? Because he's bloodthirsty.
Somebody get Ezekiel 35. Since thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee.
Exactly. That's why the scriptures say reward her double, man. You know, because the scriptures also say in Revelations how in this place will be found the souls of men. You know what I'm saying? And how this place got blood on this place, and the blood of men. Which is when they talk about the souls of men and the blood of men, it's talking about the Israelites, man. Because those are the only people or nation that matter to the Lord. That's the only people who matter. And let's be real, man. That's the only nation that matters on the earth. Because these other nations, they know that they don't matter, man. They're looking at the two people who basically get the most attention in this world. The so-called white man and the so-called, the Israelites, the tribes of the Israelites on the sign. That's what get the most attention in the world, man. Whether it's good or bad. These other nations, they don't get no attention. They don't really matter for real, man. They know that.
Yeah, bring that out real quick, guys. Get that Ezekiel.
This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 6. It says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord.
Start at 5, Dr. Sean.
All right. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5. Behold, thou hast had, it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Because also in the 17th chapter of Revelation, it says, and in her was found the blood of the saints.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Kind. So that's how that Esau Edom, which is the beast system, and the American Edomites, that's the whore that's riding on the beast, has had the blood of the prophets, eaten off the back of them, and the nations have helped them out. It says that they have furthered the affliction, help further the affliction. You got it, huh?
And it said, thou hast had a perpetual hatred. You know what I'm saying? You got Jake sitting up here wondering why Esau and Edom don't like him. It's deeper than just skin tone, man. Niggas are Esau don't like us because we black, and because we got certain advantages. It's deeper than that, man. All right, it goes back to the perpetual hatred because it's a birthright attached to your heritage, man. That's why it's important to know your heritage. That's why Esau Edom has an art with you niggas. That's why he has an art with the nation of Israel, because the perpetual hatred started with the birthright, man. The Lord granted Jacob the birthright, and Esau didn't get that birthright, and he's mad about that shit, and he's not letting it go. He's not letting it go to the point where he's ready to try to wipe out the nation as a whole. And hey man, we see what happened during the time of the Roman Empire, right? We see what happened to the state of Israel and Jerusalem during the Roman Empire, man, during 70 AD in that time period. Now imagine that 2.0, and that's what we're coming into, man. So now we out here warning the people, but we doing it in a certain type of spirit because we see what's about to happen, man. You know what I'm saying? We in a fervent spirit. We coming out here in a fervent, rough spirit because we see what's about to happen. The Lord got us in that spirit. That's the spirit that's supposed to be present, man. You know, as evil increases, you know what I'm saying? And as the Lord gets more mad and austere, his man is going to be in that spirit too. So that's why we come out here in that spirit, and we come out here, you know, and profess this knowledge to you in that type of spirit, man. But,
finish that out, that Ezekiel 35.
All right, this book is Ezekiel 35 and verse 5 again. Behold, thou hast had perpetual hatred, and hast shed blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. Right? Once again, the scripture called Esau, the Lord's sword.
That was his blessing. That was a blessing he was given because while we went off, ultimately, we went off from the Heavenly Father, so the Lord had to raise up Esau to be a sword, right? To pierce at our side, to humble the nation of Israel, all right, to bring back the elect first and foremost, and that prophecy can happen. But Esau, Edom, he's raised up as a sword for the nation of Israel. A sword is a punishment, man. That's why we're under this devil's captivity, all right? And the scriptures say that no man shall bite. So nobody's going to deliver us out of this captivity except for Yahweh Shah.
Well, the scriptures say that the Lord has sent the scourges for amendment, and Esau is the one that pushes out those scourges. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the scriptures talk about Romans the 13th chapter, the powers that be.
Yeah, yep.
I want to back up real quick. It said this is book of Job, chapter 19, verse 29. Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment.
Right. I'm thinking Romans 13.
That's a good precept, huh?
Yeah, read that again.
Job chapter 19 and verse 29. It says, be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishments of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment.
And what is the Lord's wrath? His indignation. You know, and what is indignation? A righteous anger. You know, the Lord is justified by having the anger towards Esau. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. You know, because they took the words, you know, and cast his words behind them, man. You know?
Yeah, I was thinking Romans 13. The Lord set up Esau, right? Esau is pretty much judge during the execution here on earth.
Right.
And he's about to judge the Israelites. Like Esau is doing, he said he's the minister.
So you get 1 Peter 4,
right?
that the judgment shall start in the house.
You go back to the
like
word
17.
minister, it means servant. So Esau is doing the bidding on the left hand side. We're doing the bidding on the right hand side. But when Esau comes up and puts Edom, Israelite to death, it's justified. You know what I'm saying? You just had in Jacksonville, Florida, they just beat the shit out of a Jake. You know, which Esau, he goes overboard at times as well. You know, we just talk about that. Esau knows that the Heavenly Father set up, so he calls him up in the Lord and tries to make a mockery of the Israelites. But at the same time, what he's doing is justified, man. So when Esau comes out here, so-called white man starts knocking on your door, pulling you out your house, and gunning you down because you're not taking the see him, you niggas gonna know that it was the fear of it's the Lord that's doing all this shit, man.
Yeah, because the Lord, he always make it known that he's the one sending these people before he sent them. Like, and he do it through his
Hey,
prophets.
Ashiar.
He'll
You
let
can,
he'll
Corinthians 5
send
and
his
11.
prophets out there. He'll speak to his prophets through a parable, or he'll have the prophets do something to show the symbolic how they would be how they would go into captivity under whatever nation that was ordained for them to go under. So every time the Lord would get mad at the nation of Israel, he would tell them, he said, look, I'm gonna send these people from the land of the north, they're gonna come and do this. And this is what I want Israel to do when this happens. So the Lord would give you the game plan on what to do. Even in the time of Rome, the Lord sent Yahushua to tell Israel what to do before that time period happened.
You can keep the brother get that, and then you got it out. Just real quick.
It's book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 5 and 11. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.
You see, and that's what we got to do, man. Because we understand the judgments that happen, and because why? Because it says in the scriptures, every time that a kingdom was brought down, what happened? He sent this man out to warn the people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what's happening now? The downfall of Esau, Edom, in the implementation of the kingdom of heaven, spearheaded by Yahushua. You know.
It says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, we are manifest unto the Heavenly Father, and our trust also are made manifest in your consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So through the judgments of the Lord, that's how we persuade men, because that's the Lord's terror. It's through his judgments. Okay, so through the Lord's judge, that's why we come out here. We can't come out here and not talk about the judgments of the Lord. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's impossible to come out here and not speak about the judgments of the Heavenly Father. Right. Because the Lord judging our people every single day, man. The Lord judging even the nations. Everybody gets judged every single day, man. Even us. Right? We receive a judgment according to our works every single day. A judgment is always issued forth. And through that judgment, that's how man is persuaded on what they should do, man. Exactly. Because they always persuade to do what? Wickedness. And they keep getting fucked up for it and wondering, whoa, you know what I'm saying? They keep doing wickedness, the Lord smack them on top of the head, then they wonder where that come from. Three Stooges ass
Yeah.
Curly and Mo ass niggas, man.
Well, the scriptures say that the Lord is known by the judgments which he executed. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we know, you know what I'm saying, when the Lord starts judging people, you know, that hey, it's time to buckle down, man. You know what I mean? You got it, Kazak.
This Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be an evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
Mm-hmm.
It says, surely the Lord's power will do nothing, but he will reveal his secrets unto his servants the prophets.
Right. See, the trumpet is being blown because the prophets is out here raising their voices. Mm-hmm. All right, and they blowing the right sound. Yep. The right doctrine is out here, man. Okay, but the people not afraid. The people not afraid. So what is it going to have to take for the people to be afraid? For the things we saying to actually happen.
Because once again, you're dealing with the watchmen. The scripture say before the prophets, in ancient times, the prophets were called seers. When you think about a man standing at the watchtower, he foreseeing everything that's going on. So when he's telling you something, you ain't at the watchtower.
Right, because the watchtower is at a height. Yeah. The watchtower is elevated. Why is it elevated? So you can see far beyond the premises of where you're at, man.
Right.
So when you see certain things beyond the premises of where you're at, the people, the base where you're at, where the tower is at, now you can alarm everybody. So now by the time it reaches the base, everybody's prepared. Everybody's aware, man.
Like I say, telling people you're supposed to have on fringes, brother, or you're supposed to have on a skirt, a dress system. That's not one of the people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you tell people all. You got to tell them what's fucking about to happen, man. America's about to be fucking destroyed, man.
And that tower is spiritual. So we ain't actually physically sitting there watching towers. We read the scriptures. That's how we sit in the tower. Because we able to see the things that are far off. You know what I'm saying? People are so nearsighted. They only see what's right now and what's in front of them. They can't see down the line. Or this gonna turn into this, and this gonna turn into that. It's through the scriptures that we understand those things.
Well, if I can say real quick, because the scriptures say that the prudent man perceiveth the evil and hideth himself. You know what I'm saying? So you got. Yep, and are punished. Yep.
I got this last.
You got it.
This Amos 3:8. It says, "The lion hath roared, who will not fear? The Lord power hath spoken, who can but prophesy?"
Mm-hmm.
It said, "The Lord hath but spoken, who can but prophesy?" Man, see, when the Lord is trying to issue a word to go forth, it's gonna go forth, man, and it's gonna be a fire burning inside you, just like Jeremiah, man. You know, Jeremiah, he was fed up with the state of Israel so much. He said, I ain't gonna prophesy to you niggas no more, man. I'm tired of talking to you niggas, y'all not getting right. But the word was a fire burning in him. Meaning what? It was a desire that he could not hold back, man. It was a desire that he could not hold back, and it was burning in him. It was a necessity. He had to do it. If he didn't do it, then he wasn't fulfilling his purpose, man.
Yeah.
Just like Jonah. Jonah.
You know, the Lord had to put the fear of the Lord on Jonah. Jonah tried to escape from his life. But you can't escape from your life, man. You're destined to be a prophet, teacher, whatever you are in this ministry. The Lord's gonna have you fulfill that life.
But what did they ask Jonah? You know, what God did you serve? You know what I'm saying? They say, hey, they found out, and oh, you gotta get the hell up off. You know, yeah.
This is Jeremiah 28. This is what the brother was quoting. It says, "For since I spake, I cried out."
Jeremiah 28, what?
Jeremiah 28.
Oh, 28, kind.
It says, "For since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence and spoil, because the word of the Lord was made a reproach unto me, and a derision daily."
So he said he cried out. He cried out, man. All right, the scriptures say what? The scriptures say, "Cry loud, spare not," man. And that's what we out here doing. You know, we out here showing our people their transgressions. Why? So they can return back to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And even if they don't turn back to the Lord, we still gonna show you your transgressions, and we gonna show you the prophecies that's gonna come to pass because of your transgressions, man.
Yep.
So with that being said, you either go, like the brother said earlier, either you're getting marked for destruction, or you're getting marked for salvation.
This Jeremiah 29. It says, "Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more of in his name. But his word was in my heart as a burning fire, shut up in my bones."
Which means it was in his mind, right? The word was on his mind to where the scriptures was in his thoughts. The Lord was in his thoughts. That's all he could think about. You know, the state of Israel, how wicked they are. They're not supposed to be like that. Look, we're not ruling. Everything is all fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? The wilderness, all of our forefathers, all of the humility, the shame, you know, even the prophecies of what's gonna happen, just wanting the kingdom and not wanting to be here no more, man. Being in captivity, right? All of these things was in his mind, and he just couldn't hold back. It had to get said. Something had to get said, man. You know, somebody had to stand up for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and speak about these things, man.
Who will rise up me against the evildoers? You know.
Yeah. He said, "And I was weary." He says, "And I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay."
Jeremiah got tired of that shit, man. He got tired of people turning him away and trying to, you know, they tried to kill Jeremiah, everything, man. He got tired of that shit. But he said, hey, that word, he couldn't turn away, man. He had to keep doing it.
Okay,
you know?
Yeah.
You got that in the car. She back in there. What you look up and 6.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Okay. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
There's no benefit, there's no life in death. That's why. There's no procreation in death. So with that being said, Esau, he's not about life. He's not about procreating naturally. He's not about things taking its course naturally, right? He's about decay. He's about spoil. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all things that's associated with death.
It say, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Right, and that's we just got to explain how Esau Edom has gotten these other nations involved, and now he's gotten the upper hand over these other nations through that what? Through that wine. You know what I'm saying? Through that doctrine. All right, and he's giving them a seat in his throne. He's giving them a piece of the pie. So with that being said, these other nations are on board, but now they're turning back, man. Why? Because now they're saying Esau Edom, he's not coming through on his word. Not only is he not coming through on his word, but look at the estate of his land and look at the estate of his people. It's all chaotic and it's all a laughing show, man. It's all a laughing stock. All right, look at the president. Look at the so-called president who's supposed to be guiding the people. He's a laughing stock. He's somebody who's not taken serious. He's somebody who's looked upon as somebody that's about to be on their deathbed, man. All right?
Can somebody get Isaiah 14?
You got Kamala Harris talking about she may have to step up. And imagine how America gonna look as a woman leading them, man.
Well, shit, America is a woman.
Exactly. That's why I'm going to compare this place to call you the daughter of God.
Isaiah 14. Is this that they just weaken the nations?
This is Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 5. It says, "The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers." You know, which represents their rulership. You know, their whole system. We see it being broken down, beginning with the preaching. It says, verse 6, "He who smote the people in wrath."
That's his rulership. It's a staff, right? The staff is a support system.
Yep.
So that would be the strength of his rulership. Esau Edom, his strength and his rulership, he makes his law his strength, man. And what first and foremost, the scriptures prophesy how the people shall not give regard to the law no more. People should not give regard to their kings and princes no more. So the law is no longer going to have strength for Esau Edom. So the Lord is slowly breaking his system because all of these attributes that the Lord blessed him with, he's no longer, those attributes are no longer holding power no more. It's no longer holding weight. His witchcraft is no longer holding weight because the truth is flourishing. You know what I'm saying? His military might is not holding weight because these other nations, they got heavier artillery. You know what I'm saying?
Let the weak say I'm strong.
Exactly.
You know?
And your law is not working because nobody's regarding the law no more. Nobody's regarding your law. So your whole infrastructure is being destroyed, man.
The so-called white man is getting ready for slavery, man.
Ain't nobody regarding Esau Edom no more. They starting to learn that everything that he had set up, he set up through deceit. And with deceit, he'll always turn to the sword. You still happening now. It's in 2 Ezra 6, how deceit shall be quenched. So his power to be able to deceive people, that's being done away with. So guess what? He's about to turn to the sword.
And the same verse is saying the truth, which has been so long without proof. Right. 2 Ezra 6:28.
Yeah, was somebody reading?
It's Isaiah chapter 14, verse 6. "He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered."
That's like with a continual stroke, man. That you keep smacking somebody in the same spot over and over and over again, man.
Yeah, because what Esau is about to do when his government shutdown happens, everything is stripped from you, you still got to pay bills. And on top of not being able to work, you know, you still got to pay the car note, your house note, your utilities, whatever. That's that continual stroke, man.
Because all these things is still required of you.
Yeah.
So this shit don't stop just because this, that, and the third. Your bill still got to get paid, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, we understand that you have a family and that you need food, water, and clothes, and that all your financials really need to contribute just to that. But you know what I'm saying? Esau Edom is white. He's greedy. He's selfish. We just brought up on the scriptures describing the characteristic of this devil.
I was gonna say, and that continual stroke, you about to see that on a small scale with this government shutdown. Here it is. They're not about to pay you to come to work, but they still want you to come to work.
So you think the military troops, which some of them is pussies, they already juiced up so they control. You think come on, man, you think they're gonna want to work, take life on the line and not get paid for it, man? Come man. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if all them troops laid down their guns and went back to their bases, man.
But the first thing they said, but when you watch the news, that's what they said. It's once they, like the brother mentioned, when they did the shit in 2019, people had to still survive, so they quit their jobs and found other jobs that would pay right now.
It's called the Great Resignation.
You know what I'm
People
saying?
left their jobs and went to get, whether it be Uber Eats or whatever it was, they went to another job.
And that's why the country, even then, that's why you see it. That's why you still see, like you see this place on the decline, because when people got a taste of not working, and then like the brother said, they was bringing out the stimulus package. They even had some people that probably didn't get them, and they had these jobs. They got so comfortable in that they never went back to work. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why you still see it now, hiring or need help or want help. You know what I'm saying?
So this time around,
Grinding the season.
you got Jake expecting what? Jake expecting to be taken care of just like last time. And they expected to just be weak. Because you had still niggas going outside and it was curfews and all type of shit going on. It was a lockdown, but you had everybody still moving normally. And Esau wasn't really enforcing nothing for real. It was a test run, so to speak, man.
So, but now
So
it's gonna
that's
be.
what people gonna expect this time around. So when Esau eat him, when he showed him like, no, you know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you no type of assistance. You're literally on your own. And not only that, but he got laws to back up everything he's been doing. Everything he's been doing. So it's not like you could be like, well, all this is coming out of nowhere. But no, he's like, well, look, I can go back and show you where I put all this shit in place.
Right, and if we don't got it, then he's creating it. You know what I'm saying? So,
And like you said, Shamari, like, you know, the first was a test run. You know what I'm saying? But now with this this upcoming pandemic, they gonna bring the UN troops. And Apostle Hart was saying the reason they're gonna bring the UN troops because they're not from America. They don't give a fuck about America. They're here for to get paid. So they're not gonna be having any type of remorse over putting these Americans in subjection.
Pandemic, which they already got this shit mapped out.
Yep.
If they understand that there's gonna be troops that love this country so much that regardless if they get paid or not, they gonna show up for work. And you're gonna have some that's like, hell no. This is because you had one on the news that said, well shit, this was his only him joining the military was for stability. So now that it's gone, he gonna leave to try to find that elsewhere. Mm-hmm. And so guess what? So now that you're gonna have all these ones that's gonna leave, yeah, so boom, you ain't gotta come to work. We're gonna bring these motherfuckers from the other countries over here and let them get the job done. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't emotionally tied to this place. You know what I'm saying? So let you know they knew all this was coming anyway. They were preparing for it. Mm-hmm. That's why they started doing all the where they practicing with these different troops on American soil, bringing them back from the countries that they were at so they can get ready for what's going to take place here in America.
Mm-hmm. We got something called the United Nations. And right now, the World Health Organization is doing a deal with the United Nations to pretty much have, because all these nations, okay, across the four corners of the planet Earth are in the United Nations, except for the so-called state of Israel. See what I'm saying? So all these nations, America specifically, you know, we worried about America, fuck all these other nations. America is about to give its sovereignty to the UN, which the UN is going to give its sovereignty to the World Health Organization. And the World Health Organization is going to utilize the United Nations to pretty much, when all this new pandemic, this new pestilence comes out, the World Health Organization is going to say to the UN, we need troops across the four corners of the planet Earth. And when these troops get utilized and mobilized, that's when you know Jacob's trouble is near, man. See what I'm saying? Jacob's trouble is going to hit when that microchip is implemented, and it's implanted, it's mandated, man. So this is the beginning of sorrows, like the brother quoted earlier, he ran earlier. This is just the beginning, man. Yeah, you might not seem like shit going on, but there's shit going on under the surface, man.
Who hold the precept? You got it out.
This is Ecclesiastes.
It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
That's repentance, man. All right? You're supposed to remember the creator. Who is your creator? Yahweh and Yahweh Shah. Okay, that's your creator. If you're an Israelite, your blood traces, if your bloodline, all right, your father's bloodline, his lineage traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through the spirit power Yahweh Shah. You're an Israelite, man. Okay, so your creator would be Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. All right, and that's who you're supposed to return to before all of these things come to pass, before the government shut down, before Esau come down with great wrath. While all this information is being brought out to you and fluctuating throughout the earth, this is when you're supposed to use that information to turn back to the Lord, man.
Is it 33?
All right? And,
No,
and
Isaiah
when
55
you
and
turn it back to the Lord, what are you doing? You're forsaking your own self. You're forsaking your own flesh and your lust and desires, man.
Lord, the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Right, because it's going to be a great multitude of so-called Negroes, Latinos, Seminole Native Indians that's going to be rejected by the Heavenly Father, man. All right, and a lot of those people are going to be people who know they're Israelites, man. You know what I'm saying? Whether they were of the fold or whether they were, you know what I'm saying, just bugged out, wherever the situation even knows, because that's why the scriptures say that this word must be preached throughout the whole four corners, so that there's no excuse. All right. So you're supposed to take this word and this doctrine and apply it while you can before the evil days draw nigh.
Hey, can the brother get this precept real quick?
This is Isaiah 55 and 6. It says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
You got it out.
Seek ye the Lord. This is the time to seek the Lord. I had a dream.
You got to speak up too.
My cousin had a dream that her room was on fire. She heard a voice saying, go to where the secret's at.
Hold over there.
My cousin had a dream that the room was on fire, and the Lord told her to go to where she was at. And she said she got up and just got to grabbing all her royal clothes. But, you know, seeking the Lord while he may be found. All right, this is the time to seek the Lord, because the Lord got his prophets out here on the earth to tell you what's going on, so you can get out of this destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's how you know that the Lord is near.
Yep.
It said, draw to him while he's near. That's how you know the Lord is near, because his prophets is out here.
And that's seeking the Creator in the days without you. You know what I'm saying? Before hell breaks loose, man. There's gonna be a time when the doors of repentance gonna close. You know, where the Lord is using Yahweh Shai to turn back his men to the Most High, to Himself. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna become a time when all that's gonna be out the window, man. You know.
He said, I'm gonna break back from the top. He says, remember now thou created the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in it. Because that's the day that's coming. Where there ain't gonna be no pleasure in the days that's coming. You know what I'm saying? There ain't gonna be shit to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? He's telling you to come towards me now. Stop living it up. Stop enjoying what you enjoying now. It's all vanity. Turn to me for all hell break loose. You know what I'm saying? Because all hell break loose, that now you're gonna try to see, he said, now they're gonna seek him early. But he ain't gonna be there. The time is now.
Right, because if I can say, because our people are where they still at, they're still in these temples made with hands.
That's right.
These harlot houses, which is the Baptist church, the Christian church, the Catholic church, whatever it may be, the Seventh-day Adventist church, and they're teaching pretty much prosperity. They believe that America is going to go on until the Lord is going to give you millions of dollars soon and all these bullshit. But no, the Lord is about to give you opposite, man. He's going to give you famine, death, sword, and pestilence, man, if you don't fucking repent.
And if I may add too, not to take away from what you said, because that's on point, but you already see where a lot of people that deserted these churches, where they deserted these places. Why? Because they understand what's going on and know that the pastor lying, but they don't know what way to go or what way to turn. So you hear a lot of people say, well, I'm spiritual. I got my own relationship with the Most High. You feel what I'm saying?
They turn into witchcraft.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? You see, but the elect is going to come unto the true doctrine. You see, you still got more.
Yep. Ecclesiastes 12:2. He says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not dark.
And that goes into the understanding.
That's right.
Yeah, that goes into the understanding.
once again, all right, the doors of repentance being open, right? Because the ordinance of the sky will represent wisdom in a lot of cases, but it's also twofold because the real pinnacle of the day of the Lord is when those nukes is about to touch down, and when those chariots start to come back upon the earth, like enter into this atmosphere, and Yahushua comes back. That's gonna be the pinnacle of the day of the Lord, man. Because the day of the Lord ain't just, you know what I'm saying? The day of the Lord is the Lord returning, man. All right, that's the day of the Lord.
Say it's gonna be a day of thick clouds, Luminous. Lord, I come back to give everybody no fucking hug. You come back to kill and destroy.
That's right.
Righteousness.
That's right. It says, "Nor the clouds return after the rain." This is verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble."
Right. What does that mean? The clouds come back after the rain. That's basically when everything is back sunny again.
Yeah.
That's when you can see everything clearly.
Yeah, thinking. Sitting there thinking, because that's what a lot of people think right now. They like, well, shit. Even with the government getting ready to shut down, people like, well, it ain't gonna last that long.
Or we're gonna get a stimulus.
Yeah, we're gonna get a stimulus check. Or you sitting there thinking, well, shit. Well, if it do crash for a long time, you know, it's America. Everything gonna get back right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be good because that's what they used to. They used for everything. Something happened, then they continue on up and running. But see, not understanding that that's what prophecies say. And so then they look at the prophets like, told you ain't know what you're talking about. Or trying to debunk you, but not understanding. Nah, it's about to keep going. Just keep watching.
Yep.
You feel me? But it says in the day, this is Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble.
The keepers of the house is the economists. And if you're not sure who Ray Dalio is, look him up. He knows that something about America's going through. America's about to fizzle. It's about to fizzle out. And it's over with.
Because the people in the house, you know, that goes into, like you say, economists, which that literally means, you know, a manager of a household. Because the economy goes back to a household. That's what America is. That's what it's going to do. Most of the business is the economy. And they literally crashing it on purpose. That's why those who were set up to manage it, they trembling. That's where all the majority of the articles were coming from. People that actually analyze what's going on.
Yep, and that's good. Because if you understand, like even what the brother talking about, they're trying to come to an agreement. Because on one side is planning to do this, and you got another people that's not trying to agree with what's going down. That's why it's going to sit down. Because they can't agree. You know what I'm saying? It's because you got E divided against E. You know what I'm saying? So guess what? Now the house can't stand. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves.
Going into the military, you know, because a lot of people that's in the military, they gonna start to fold. You already see that happening.
Yeah, come on.
You got motherfuckers in the military thinking this shit game making TikToks, and you got moles in the military. They all gonna become as women. The scripture tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you got them people, they don't even go into the military with the right intentions, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because you heard
they going into the military just off the simple fact that their finances is fucked up, man. Or that they don't see themselves really having no future here or having no type of life here.
Bro,
People go to the military if they can't figure their life out or they really fucked up with finances.
bro, it's like the Jacob mentioned when you could do some of the top people that ain't gonna get paid. You had a Jake that's in the military, and that's exactly what he said. Exactly what he said, word for word, was the only reason he ever joined the military was for stability.
See? And then what's that gonna bring? And a person who didn't join the war because of to fight the fight, when it's time to fight, they gonna perish, man.
Because that ain't what he signed up for.
World War I and World War II, you had Edomites or motherfuckers who joined the war. They was joining the war because they really gave a fuck about America, man. They really gave a fuck about their country, and they was truly fighting with intent to hold it down for America, right? But now this is about to be World War III. That's nobody's intent, man. Nobody's intent is I gotta fight for my country, honey. I'll be back. The wife and the kids, and you know, nobody's with that soldier hero mentality.
Yeah.
Well, back
that
then,
shit is gone,
well,
man.
back then, that's what they were raised like that. They were raised to defend the flag and this is our country and everything like that. But now Esau's being exposed. Now the people that's in the military, like, man, what am I fighting for, man?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Am I fighting for freedom, or am I fighting for business interests that have nothing to do with me? You know what I'm saying?
And so it's so cold how this shit set up, how he got this fucking system set up. Because these motherfuckers, these sports, right? NBA, football, I know firsthand. These motherfuckers, they non-profit organizations. So meaning they ain't government funded. You feel what I'm saying? So guess what? And that's a part of the deception. Because while all hell breaking loose, it's still gonna be games on Sunday. It's just like when the first pandemic. They didn't have people in those arenas because of what was going around. But the game was still playing.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? They still gave you something to do, something to look toward. So guess what? It keep you in the back of your mind like, oh yeah, everything good. They still out there doing X, Y, and Z. Oh, we good. Straight.
Well, it's called it's called bread and circus. It's the same thing that the Roman Empire did when they were putting to raise the morale of the people. They put the money into the gladiator games.
Yep.
You know.
They also really gave them like bread. They literally gave them bread, all types of certain foods. Because they knew that the food would pretty much block their pineal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They just had it to where you could get fucking cheeseburgers for $1.50.
Yep. That's that human meat. That's part of that ritual, that sacrifice. You know what I mean?
It's Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few.
A lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna have jobs. You already see that happen. Okay, when the government shutdown, people about to be forced to work without pay. What's that gonna make you want to do? Not go to work. Instead, they're gonna try to find other jobs. You see an example of that with the pandemic.
Well, in Isaiah says that there should be no work for Egypt. You know. Yeah, real quick, you grab that real quick. Isaiah, what's it, 13, 15? 19 and 15? Yeah, come.
All right, this is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 15. Verse 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit.
Right. So the Lord sent this perverse spirit to mingle amongst America, man. All right? Because that's the landmass. When it's referring to Egypt in this chapter, it's really speaking upon America. All right? This place is spiritual Egypt and Sodom, man.
And do you get perverse, Baba Kasha?
Verse 15.
Because if I'm not mistaken, the verse means contrary to the ways of Yahweh. Shot just like you got a whole bunch of bowls and transformers walking around, jolly go lucky. You see what I'm saying? You got it.
It's the Blue Letter definition for the word perverse, H5773. The Hebrew word is iwayim. It says distorting, perverting, warping. And it says warp judgment. So the Lord put the spirit on the people to the point where they don't know right from wrong. They don't know if it's their left hand or their right hand. They got their shit on the right hand or not. So they don't know whether or not it's right to be a fucking move. They don't know whether it's not it's right to have fruit without seeds. They don't know whether or not it's right for your children to be raised against you.
But what does it say in Romans 1? That the Lord had given over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. See, the Lord stripped away their understanding of basic life. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
Good, man. And that's America, man. That's that perverse spirit, man. Keep on,
Verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt.
You see, that's the grind and ceasing, man. Because when you think of the word grind, you read throughout the scriptures about grind and mill. Take the mill and grind. Those are the type of instruments that you use to produce. You got it out.
It says, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
So great or small, man. It's not gonna be no work, man.
And that right there lets you know that it's gonna all boil down to the MOTE.
Yep.
Because if ain't nobody working, how is you making money?
Right.
Everybody gonna want. I need to make some money. I gotta make some type of money. And what's gonna be happening with these other? What's gonna be happening with these other businesses? But everybody's not working. Their whole system and how they're doing things is gonna totally change. Everything, all these systems gonna be changing. All of this, the monitoring system, everything's gonna change.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people that never recovered from the first shutdown.
Yep.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that never recovered from the first. and they said it because they said what would be another one. And you had people who were doing live interviews on the news saying if another one happened, their business wouldn't survive.
Mm-hmm. Right. And what was they doing during that time too? While mostly everybody was in their houses, they were setting up all that 5G shit. Yep. So what you think they're gonna be doing this time? They're gonna be having all these stations. Yep. It's already gonna be set up. All these C counts already gonna be set up, man.
Which is a part of what the brother was talking about on the with brothers in the know, the October 4th situation. You know what I'm saying? It all ties hand in hand. But this go ahead.
Because in order for these businesses to pretty much be revitalized, if they go to the bank, they're gonna get a loan. And that loan is gonna be attached with an ESG score, which means environmental, social, and governance. Which pretty much means if you're not with the so-called climate change agenda, if you're not reducing the carbon dioxide or the oxygen, destroying the earth or anything along lines of that sort, you're not gonna be able to pretty much stand on your business. And part of that ESG scores is going to be everything being digitalized, man, because that's the way to stop climate change, so to speak, man. Which climate change can be destroyed by black trees, man. And even the so-called white man wants to cut them down, man.
And what was a portion of the pandemic? The first pandemic was to squeeze out the mom and pops ran businesses. Because why? Because Esau wants to have control over everything. So what does he do? He puts a squeeze on the small businesses, make them go out of business. Now everybody got to go to the big chains that they own. You know what I'm saying?
Because everything is going to probably fucking 3, or I'm gonna just say 5. 5 major outputs. You're gonna have Walmart, you're gonna have Amazon, and who knows other people. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be what it is, man. You're gonna have to go to Bill Gates.
Yeah, kind of. Yep.
You're going to go to Jeff Bezos if you want to get certain products. It's all going back to Edomites, man. You're going to have to go to Edomites, and that goes to the curse of Deuteronomy 28. You're going to have to go to them in the want of all things, man. When you're in bare necessities, when you don't have food, water, clothing, whatever, you're going to have to go to them devils, and best believe you're going to have that seed in you in order to get what you want.
Yep. You got to decide.
This back in Ecclesiastes 12 at the bottom of verse 3. It says, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be dark. Meaning the times that you used to, them times not gonna return. You're not gonna see none of that stuff again. What it becomes is what it's gonna be. It won't be no change in it. You will never have nothing to look forward to again. It's downhill after that.
The American dream is gone.
Yeah, that's dope.
They should look out their windows and be dark, because the cities. Your neighborhood, as you once pictured it, is no longer going to look like that, man. Everything is going to decay. Everything is going to decline. Everything is going to lose its value. You know what I'm saying? Every infrastructure is going to be torn down from its foundation. It's going to be ripped up. So these little nice communities where Jake lived at, where it look nice, you know what I'm saying? Or even in the hood, where you might have some shit. It may not, it's just well put together or whatever. It's just going to look worse, man. Yeah. People gonna look out their windows to see not a good scenery. It's not gonna be a good sight or a good scenery. It ain't gonna be sunshine and happiness, man. And clouds in the sky and shit. You got a quick one? Go ahead.
If I get this word forecast, because it said look out. A lot of times you look out the window, speaking physically, you look and you try to look at the sky, see how the weather gonna be and things like that. But spiritually speaking, when you're looking down the road, a lot of people they plan trips. They say, I'm gonna be doing this next time. I'm gonna be doing this in the winter. All that shit is gonna change. Your forecast is gonna go out the window. And it's the etymology for the word forecast. It says to scheme, to contrive, plan, prepare, to predict events. So the events that you usually plan, it's all gonna be darkened. It's all the faster this world passes away, and it's gonna be made manifest.
Your family reunion the 50th family reunion that you're gonna have next year. You're not gonna see that. Sarah and Johnson's family vacation. You're not gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I believe my siblings was on a trip somewhere. They believe that they're going to be able to continue. All their families believe they're going to be able to continue to so-called live life, man. That shit is over, man.
But it's so, and bro, that's another thing too, bro. It's a lot. Because even when it came out with the juicy juice, like even when you talk about these trips, the leader country to go on certain trips, whether that be like you got people that like to go on cruises. You had to take the juicy juice just to do those things. So when they cut it this time and they come out with that tiny technology, they already know what you're gonna do just so you can keep forwarding in the society or to keep going. You feel what I'm saying? So it's gonna have you in that place where it's like what the brother quoted it earlier. They were still eating and drinking, giving in marriage, because it ain't gonna look the same in every place, but it's gonna affect the whole world. So it's gonna have some people deceived to where it's like, well, she good on this end, well, why is about 15, 20 minutes away? It's fucked up. But you ain't got no interest. You don't have no because it's in second edges. You ain't gonna be able to go into certain cities. You feel me? Certain people ain't gonna be able to enter into your city. So it look good in your city, but it's fucked up in this one. So that even that's gonna deceive you and to keep you going, and then boom, then the day of the Lord gonna be in your face when you know it.
Well, that goes into the 15-minute cities.
Yeah,
and when it was a movie, I believe it was with Justin Timberlake, where where he had to buy the time. He had to buy time.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? But you had time according to your status. You know what I'm saying? So you had the slums where if you didn't have that status, you was basically living in the slums. But if you're a part of that elite, you had basically an infinite amount of time. You know what I'm saying? They lived in the best neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's gonna happen, man. These 15-minute cities are gonna be based upon the level of the people who are gonna be living in it.
Yeah, because like even to the point you make it, that's why okay, boom, you say they attack the mom and pop store. Boom, now they're attacking the middle class. You feel what I'm saying? So to where it's not gonna be no more middle class. Like how you talk about it, it's only gonna be a rich or a poor. Go ahead,
it's already like that. It ain't no middle class.
Yeah, that's right.
You either living paycheck to paycheck, or on the verge of about to be living paycheck to paycheck, or your ass you got millions of business.
Yeah. It was an article that even people that's making six figures are living check to check. You know what I'm saying?
This Isaiah 24, verse 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate.
All of these things that we talking about, these are going to be curses that's going to hit the earth. Because all of these things is going to plague the people, the inhabitants of the earth. So like all these things is going to plague the inhabitants of the earth, because it's going to be a thorn to their side, man. And that thorn is going to get greater and greater and greater to their chastisement into death, man. And that curse is who? Esau, Edom. He's devoured the earth. Exactly. So I'm saying, keep going on that. Read down to verse 11.
It say, and they that dwelt there are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Right. They're going to be about America. Right. The Lord is using Esau to slowly desolate you niggas, man. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And what he's doing, he's desolating the things around you. First and foremost, he's desolating your areas, right? And then he's pushing you back. And then once he does that, he's taking away the benefits. All right. Then once he takes away your benefits, then he's literally taking away your assets and everything else that you have, man. And then it's gonna come to where he's gonna get personal. He's gonna take your family, right? And then if you already don't get see him, because if you can see him, you may think, okay, I made it. I made it out this crisis. But then guess what? The see him is a thorn in your side, man. Because that see him is just not no regular fucking implant, man. Salaki, it's not no regular thing that you insert inside of you. It's going to cause a grievous sword, man. All right? And that grievous sword is going to come through many ways, but it's going to be an actual physical sword. Turn into cancer.
Yep,
exactly. Yep. That's going to turn into cancer to you. A deadly sickness, man. An excruciating, slow, painful death, man. Okay? Because you see people who got cancer now, look at their state. They die slowly and painfully and agonizing. It's an agonizing pain. It's a slow process.
And that's
so imagine that process, but the radiation is inside of you, man.
Well, that's with so-called medicine. Now, what do you think is gonna happen when everybody's forced to take the chip, and then the hospitals are closed? Exactly. You ain't gonna be able to have the help, man. You ain't gonna be able to call 911.
Even if you do have Medicare or Medicaid, and you have health insurance, that's not gonna benefit you, man. All right, you just sit up here and jump through all of these hoops, all right, to get these different benefits, right, and put yourself in all type of compromise situations to get these benefits, but you're never going to have access to it, man.
Like, it made me think, because, like, people ain't consider really what's about to happen. Like, you think, like, they pushing you further and further and further into a corner. And anybody you push further and further into a corner, it's going to make you what? Want to fight your way out, or defend yourself, or try to find a way out. It made me think, even because you talk about the healthcare system, look at what happened. If you ever seen the movie John Q, he couldn't afford the shit that they was asking him to pay to save his son. So what did it do? It caused him to take over everything just to make them treat his son. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, we got this thing called everything in the lesson.
Yeah.
That's right. I got this. This is second Ezra chapter 15 in verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So that shows you people gonna take matters into their own hands. They're not gonna give a fuck about the laws and the things that they people got in place. And which is what we've been going into while we've been standing out here at camp. Is that's why they're bringing these different troops from these UN nations. That's why they're bringing some of these troops home and putting them on American soil, because they know these things are getting ready to take place, and they understand that these people only gonna let you push them so far before they fight back and try to defend their damn self and take matters to their own hands. You got it out.
Verse 7 of Isaiah 24, verse 7,
360.
verse 6. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they.
I'm saying, because we read earlier in that chapter, to tell you how the inhabitants of the earth, they defiled the earth, roughly paraphrasing, they transgressed the laws, broken the everlasting covenant, changed the ordinances. So that's why the Lord has allowed the earth to become in the state that it's in.
If who broke the covenant, it was the Israelites. Now Esau took it on, he took it to an extreme. That's the curse devouring the earth.
And they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
That's what it's going to resort to, man. Right, those few men left, right? The scriptures talk about two in the field and one being taken. You know what I'm saying? So those few men that's going to be left, that's going to be a remnant. Man. A remnant that's being left for salvation. A remnant that's being left so when Yahushua come back, he can find faith on the earth.
Yep.
You got it out.
I'm saying, not only for the nation of Israel, but you're going to have a remnant of these heathens too. They're the ones that's going to build up the kingdom after the remnant of Israel.
The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh.
Right, and that's the state of everybody right now. Why? Because the wicked is ruling. As our brothers always delicately put it, Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked therefore, the people mourn. Right? Paraphrasing. So that's the reason why the new wine languishes. That's why everybody is in that dragging their feet, their head down to the ground, man. Why nobody has no type of confidence and self-esteem? Why there's no type of virtues or morals in this place? Proverbs.
And if I can say that new wine, so pretty much talking about Esau's philosophy. See what I'm saying? This man's way is not the way. His ways lead unto death.
That's right.
And this is that's the curse. And go back to the curse to fall in the earth, man. This man's way is not it, man.
Well, it says in Isaiah 14 that when this man is taken out, the whole earth is quiet in that rest. You know, so he's the author of all this chaos that's going on. The hammer of the earth.
The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the heart ceaseth.
Right, all that festivities and your holidays, all that shit going out the fucking window, man. Go ahead,
They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
Hey, well, what does it say? Like the brothers reading in Ecclesiastes 12. But it says that the daughters of music shall be brought low. All the fun, all the dancing, the clubbing, all that's about to shut down, man.
The scriptures talk about how wine maketh the heart merry.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And how basically that's a numbing agent. And people are gonna be trying to find different numbing agents for this pain, and it's not gonna work. And another thing too, you know what I'm saying? People are gonna be trying to find comfort and different doctrines, man. And that's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
People who was once others going to be trying to find comfort in this truth again, and that's not going to work.
Yep.
Why? Because the scriptures say not everybody who say Lord, Lord shall basically enter into the kingdom, man. You know, not everybody who know they're Israelite is going to be saved on that charity. So you're gonna have a lot of people trying to come back into the doctrine, come back into the fold again, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to work. The Lord has rejected you. You know what I'm saying? Keep going on.
The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in.
And this is the place of confusion, man. All right, this is the epitome of confusion.
Yeah.
You know, a brother was just in Nahum. You read Nahum, the scriptures talk about how the noisy ass place. You know what I'm saying? The laws confuse you here. The terminology, Esau's words confuse you here. The genderism of this place confuses you here. The sexuality of this place confuses you here. The witchcraft, everything is confusing here, man. The entertainment is confusing. The food is confusing. Everything has been taken from its natural course. And that's why everything is so confusing and out of whack. Because shit is not in its natural course.
You can bring that verse back real quick, out.
Yep.
The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in.
And that's what the brother Kazak was going into. Where no man, you're not gonna, a man shall desire to go into a city and not be able. Okay, that's in the form of martial law. That's in the form of the what's it called? Where you have a specific time you got to be in the house. Curfew, yeah, the water. You're gonna have curfews. So these things are gonna come upon the earth. Why? Because these are the what's it say in Isaiah 10, the unrighteous decrees that Esau gives. You know that they're gonna push on the people, right? You got it out.
All right.
They close up.
Go ahead.
There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
That's going to be the end-all, be-all estate of not only America, first and foremost America, but the whole earth before Yahweh shall come back. Everybody's going to be in a mournful state. All right? Dr. Shaw, we're going to close out with this. The brother get Isaiah 65, I believe, 13. Yeah, verse 13, we're going to end all on that. Because the elect, in this time period where everybody else is going through this, the elect is going to be well taken care of, man. Because we always got to make mention that it's not just going to be gloom and doom. There's light at the end of the tunnel for the elect, but for the elect only, man.
Right. This is Isaiah chapter 35.
65.
This book Isaiah. I got it. This book Isaiah chapter.
Isaiah 65 and 13. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat,
Hey, can you get
but ye shall be hungry.
Right. So the service of Yahweh
John
Hashem
6,
Yahushua has been doing his will before the evil days drew. They're going to eat in the time of famine. The Lord is going to feed them, just like how the Lord fed Elijah during the famine. Right? Just like how the Lord fed Joseph's family during the famine in Egypt. So,
It says, behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
That's a part of the wicked Israelites that don't want to repent and come back to the Lord. Let them know, like, y'all gonna be starving to death. But those who seeking me early, who repented, my servants, the prophets, and the rest of the innumerable multitude, one of the ones that's gonna be good during these times.
The Lord, it's scripture tell you it's better to die by the sword than to die by famine.
Mm-hmm.
that's right.
Yeah.
Got it on that. Right. So Lord willing, bro,
Let the brother bring it out just real quick.
It's the book of
Just
John,
to back you up.
St. John chapter 6, the verse 35. And Yahweh shall say unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst.
You see, so that's how the Lord is going to allow us to eat in those days, to be joyful in those days. You know, because we're going to eat the flesh of Yahweh Shai and drink his blood, like he said that in the Last Supper. You know, but you got it out.
You have the last point to make?
No, that was it. That was it. Yeah.
basically the two precepts brought together is proof showing you how the Lord is going to take care of his elect like he's doing now, and how he's going to increase that caretaking in the time of Jacob's trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And Lord willing, that be all of our end up here, man.
Done.
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, Lord willing, this was an edifying camp to all those who can receive it in the Akim of the body, giving our glory, honor, and praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, and Kakudash.
And ending out, giving double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who gave us this amount, this truth, and rule well within his ministry. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Ball.
Blah, 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 blah.
Call me Yasharala.